I competed at the World Series of Board Gaming 2024 and got to meet PJ, one of the guys who inspired me to start this channel. In this interview, PJ shares stories of hilarious and horrible luck from his ring games this year. We discovered that we share a common nemesis from the Cascadia Ring. Keep watching to hear the unusual way he got redemption against the top player who eliminated him in a ring final. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. So I'm PJ. I am from San Diego. First year Cascadia winner.
Yeah.
Not Cascadia winner this year, I'm afraid, but we'll get into that.
But from your ring win, you were inspired to make those videos on YouTube, the strategy guides.
Oh yeah,
and
for
I
sure.
really learned a lot from those and super appreciated those.
Yeah, so the reason why I made those videos is because when I was trying to learn how to play Cascadia, there was really not very good content out there online. There was one strategy guide on YouTube and it was like, foxes are good. I was like, okay, cool, I figured that part out. But what's really going on there? So when I won the ring, I kind of realized well, I really wanted that strategy guide. Yeah. I won the Cascadia Ring, so if anyone's qualified to make it, it's gotta be me.
Exactly.
So yeah, I decided to put that out in the world and it's paid dividends. I've had people coming up all weekend saying oh, hey, I watched your videos, you helped me out in Cascadia. And on one hand, I'm like, yes, awesome. Everyone's learning this game more and growing and learning together. On the other hand, I was like, damn, this is gonna be a tough year for me if everyone knows my secrets.
That's right.
So, yeah.
You're helping others, but you're helping the whole community grow.
Yeah, that's the really nice thing about WSBG. It's just because everyone here, everyone wants to win at the end of the game or end of the day, but more importantly, everyone just loves the games that we're playing.
Yeah, but so much.
No one wants to win through cheap ways, and we all want to play our opponents at their best. So very often you'll run into people helping their opponents in the games they are about to play, because that's just how we all get better, right?
Exactly. Yeah, and I've seen a lot of that this week.
Oh yeah.
So PJ, what ring games did you compete in this year?
So this year, first day, I was playing in Heat Pedal to the Metal, everyone's favorite high-octane racing game.
Yeah, such a good game.
Such a good game until you spin out in the second round.
Oh no.
Tragic. Yeah, I pushed my luck, pushed it a bit too far.
Yeah.
Couldn't take it home. I was feeling pretty good about Heat. I've taken down some of the top-rated players on BGA in it, but wasn't able to push it out. I was feeling pretty bummed about it until my girlfriend actually sent me a text message saying, hey, did you know that the designer of Heat also spun out in the second round? And I was like, you know what, that does make me feel a little better. It can happen to anyone.
That's right. It's a high variance game.
Very high variance game, yeah. Day 2 was Arnak, and I felt pretty good about Arnak until I got here and I was like, man, some people are really good at Arnak.
Not your expectation.
Yeah, the guy I played in the first round, James, is the name you'll be hearing again.
Okay.
Spoilers.
Okay.
Very good player.
Yeah.
Rated top 30 on Board Game Arena. Ooh. Stomped me in the first, well, okay, not stomped.
Not quite stomped.
He beat me by 5, which solid victory, but I was hanging in there, I like to think. But yeah. So Arnak didn't do it for me.
Yeah, that was a surprise,
Day 3. Oh man.
What happened day 3?
Day 3, I competed in Earth.
Yep.
For reference, I am ranked 6 on Earth in Board Game Arena.
All right, right off the
gate. I make it to the finals of Earth, and I'm up against none other than Nick Henning.
The one and only.
Phoenix Gaming, the 4-time ring winner, because he beat me in Earth, and I got second.
So close.
Yeah, it was, I had good luck. Nick had outstanding luck, and Nick's an incredible player. Super gracious guy too. It was lovely playing a game with him. Yeah, after this tournament, you can almost certainly expect how to play Earth videos from both him and me.
Nice.
I like to think I can still make one because I got second, all things considered pretty good, but if you want to check out his video, it'll be on Phoenix Gaming probably.
Yeah.
But I won't fault you. He did take it all in the end, so yeah. I
think I read a comment that his board looked disgusting.
His board was in fact disgusting. Oh my god. There are broken cards in Earth.
Okay.
He didn't get any of the turbo broken ones.
Yeah.
But he still had immaculate luck. Just the cards he drew matched perfectly the scoring conditions for the game. Yeah, he really just he killed it. Everything came together for him.
I'm sure he played super high level, and the luck plays a factor. There's always variance.
Yeah. The thing that will help me sleep at night is 2 things. One, luck I think was the biggest determining factor in that game. There were small things I probably could have changed. I don't think it would have affected the outcome because he crushed us. Yeah. It was a 40-point spread between first and second.
Wow.
I feel good.
Massive.
Yeah, it was rough. I feel good about the game I played. I don't think I could have played much better. And I think even if I had, I don't think it would have mattered.
Yeah,
So,
and you can be satisfied with that.
yeah, it is what it is.
Proud of yourself, yeah.
Yeah.
And the
then-
last day, what happened on the last day, PJ? Day
So,
4?
day 4, Cascadia Day, defending champ.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, all day, people coming up to me like, oh my God, you're the guy from the videos. I'm like,
You're famous,
yeah,
you're
I am. So, round 1, super close. I make minor mistakes, but I squeak through by 1 point
Oh, man.
and would have lost on the tiebreaker.
Yikes.
So, after that, I was like, all right, I got to lock in here.
yeah.
Round 2, I get Hawk C, which if you've seen the finals of Cascadia from last year, they're basically line of sight hawks.
Yeah.
You want to kind of put them in ideally a hexagon formation with
Yep.
one in the middle. I call it the Wheel of Death.
Yep.
Managed to pull that off in round 2. Squeak through. No one else could contest me.
Excellent.
Excellent game. Round 3. Our good old friend Hawk C returns.
Okay.
And I get off to a really strong early lead. I set up my
Yep.
board very well for it. And then as we're drawing tiles, I work really hard to make sure that the opponent after me isn't set up for it. I make sure I really limit her opportunities. I
Yep.
pull a token, I pull a tile, Hawk token, Hawk spot,
Oh, no way.
puts in her tableau. I'm like, all right, that's rough, okay.
Yeah.
Then happens again. I'm like,
Twice,
oh boy,
okay.
not liking this. Happens
Not
a
one bit.
third time. I'm like, okay, did I accidentally like kick a puppy or something? Like, did
Yeah,
I do
well-
something to incur some like bad RNG here?
Yes, why?
Happens a 4th time, and I'm like,
Really?
I was just tilted at that point.
I'd be devastated.
I was trying to be lighthearted during the game. I worry it came off a little salty, but I was like, oh
Yeah.
man, this is how I go out, man. Just brutal, like, draws from the deck. And the opponent after me, she's doing great. And our 3rd player is James.
Oh, James from Arnak?
James, the Cascadia Ring winner, because he slipped under the radar.
Ooh.
He had a strong Hawk game, not as insane as ours,
Yeah.
but while we were so focused on the Hawks,
Yeah.
he crushed us on terrain.
Oh.
I had to
on the
go
radar.
all in on my pine cones to like keep myself competitive with Hawks.
Yep.
He sniped basically 2 major terrain majorities near the end of the game.
Wow.
Got 3
Sniped.
terrain majorities, which is insane in a 3-player game.
That is insane.
Yeah. He got, I think, over 40 points on terrain scoring at the end of the game, which,
Wow.
yeah, final scores wasn't even that close. I ended with 100.
Oh.
Second place got 101.
Yep.
He ended with 111.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah. And
Shows that he is a very strong player. Yeah.
it's funny because at the start of the match, he said that was his weakest of the 4 games, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
as, well, we'll get to it, but he's an incredible player.
Yeah,
Like,
he is.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to mention. I haven't mentioned this at all, but
Yeah.
James knocked me out in Cascadia round 1.
Oh, did he?
So I've felt his death blow as well.
Yeah, he took me out twice, man. In Arnak and Cascadia.
And
yeah.
now he's in the middle of his Junior Imperium Grand Final game right now. So
Yeah,
let's see how it goes in that.
Talking about that, also, when the Cascadia Finals for this year goes up, watch it because I hear it was an insane game. But
Ooh, I'm looking forward to
yeah, I won't say what happened here, but it was a spicy game. So, yeah, he's competing in currently the finals. So last night he was drawn into Terraforming Mars.
Yep.
And he told me he has played 3 games of Terraforming Mars like in his life. Yeah.
That's a very small number.
So me and a couple other guys from the Board Game Fight Club Discord, me, Bucknut, Bob Cryer, all fairly strong Terraforming Mars players.
Yep.
We stayed up until 4 a.m. giving him the lowdown on the game. We went through all the good cards, all the good corporations, general strategy, things to do, things to avoid.
Wow.
And I'm gonna be honest, like when I was talking to some of the other guys afterwards, I was like, we did what we could, but I think he's got like a 10-15% shot.
Uh-huh.
And here he is in the final, beating,
Yeah, he did it.
beating Nick. I get a little bit of redemption. I didn't
You
beat
helped.
Nick, but I helped teach the guy that did beat Nick. So
Yep.
I think for me, the major theme this year is I didn't quite make it as a board game player this year, but I think I kind of crushed it as a teacher this year. And
Yes, you
I'm
did.
going into teaching, so I think that is a good thing in the
Lines up
end.
perfectly.
Yeah.
Tiny break here, but keep watching because PJ is about to tell a hilarious story about Jeff from his Earth semi-final. Watch to the end to discover which YouTube channels first sparked his passion for modern board games. Could you share one highlight and one lowlight from this year?
All right. I think let's start with the Lowlight. probably the biggest low light came from Heat, I would say.
Okay.
So Heat, there's a card that I got that's this double tire card. It gives you basically 2 pluses.
Yep.
And I know from other people that the card is potentially nuts.
Yeah.
It's like the single most powerful like corner modifier card in a vacuum.
Right.
And the only issue with it is that it's very scary to use because if you're pulling 2 random cards off the top of your deck, anything can happen.
Exactly.
In my second round, I play the card, and I'm like, all right, as long as it's not a 4 and a 3 from my deck, and my deck's mostly low numbers,
Yeah.
I'm golden. I'll make it through the corner. I'll be competitive.
Yep, great odds.
Pull the 2 high cards, spin out. Pretty
That's how you
cooked.
spun out.
That's how I spun out.
Oh, rough.
Not great. And then later on, I have an opportunity to potentially gain back a turn. I'm like, all right, tires is in my hand again. This time, if I clear this corner, there is a chance I could come back. Not a strong chance, but an actual chance. I do it. Why super high rolled the first time, super low rolled the second time. Didn't clear the corner. I was like, all right, I'm cooked. I'll just hang out here for the rest of the game in last place. I beat the Legends though. I did not lose to the AI cars.
There you go, that's something.
I got that going for me, yeah. Yeah, so that was the low light, probably.
And how about, what's a highlight from this year?
Highlight, so this is a funny story. So Earth, like I said, was my second strongest game going into this year, I think, right behind Cascadia. And my good friend Jeff, who also has his own YouTube channel, he's the Meeple Maven, if you want to check him out. Shout out Jeff,
I just
super
heard
great
about that
guy.
one.
Yeah, so me and Jeff were in Earth together, and Jeff was pretty down on Earth. He was like, I don't know if I'm gonna make it very far, man.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and I talked to Jeff, we both make it through round 1, and Jeff comes up to me and he's like, man, I somehow managed to make it through because someone played Extinct Volcano. So for you guys who may not know, there's 2 cards that I think are outright so good, they might be worth banning. One is Extinct Volcano. You could probably put up the card on the screen so people can see it.
Here it is.
Here it is. Hopefully that's in frame. So he's like, yeah, someone played Extinct Volcano on me like turn 1, but I still managed to get through and win. I was like, hey, good for you. Round 2, I check in with Jeff again, and he's like, someone played Extinct Volcano on me again. I was like, man, but you still made it through. And he's like, yeah.
Oh, solid play then.
I run into Jeff in the semifinals. We get our opening hands.
Yeah, don't tell me.
I had Extinct Volcano in my opening hand. I'm like,
what were you feeling and thinking?
I was thinking like, I am about to do Jeff so dirty. And so first action, I'm going first. I take the red action to get a bunch more soil because I needed to play the card.
Yeah.
And Jeff is like,
he sees it.
Jeff plants and he's like, yeah, you took red first, which just makes me really worried. He's like, if you play Extinct Volcano on me, we may not be friends. So the cards go down, and right before I reveal, I'm like, Jeff, I would love to still be friends. And I flip Extinct Volcano. It's like, you've got to be kidding me.
Oh,
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, Jeff's a great guy.
Did he have a laugh? What happened?
It was pretty funny. Yeah. Yeah.
You can only laugh in that situation.
It was really funny because he was dressed up as a mushroom. There's actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was really competing for the costume prize this year. So he dressed up as a mushroom and had a name tag that says, I'm a fun guy. Meanwhile, I was wearing a very similar outfit to today.
Yeah.
So we were kind of like that meme of like the girl with the neon hair and like the girl with the emo like black hair. That was us going into Earth 2 days ago. But yeah.
That's an awesome story.
That was a very funny story, yeah. Sorry, Jeff. And I unfortunately, sacrifice was in vain because lost to Nick in the finals because I used all my good juju in the semifinals.
Yeah, you got the good luck out.
Yeah.
So PJ, are you planning to come again next year?
Oh yeah, for sure. I should already be like fully paid for because I won a regional event for WSBG in San Diego.
Oh,
so,
excellent.
Yeah, if you have local regional events, by all means check those out because if you win, I think you either get a buy or you get like a free ticket. I know a guy came all the way from Australia on like a free ticket.
Wait, that was me.
That was you?
Oh, it wasn't free though, yeah.
Oh.
It was
a heavy discount,
discounted.
right?
Oh,
Well,
did you hear about me? That's crazy.
Yeah, there you have it.
That's me. But other people watching my channel probably know.
Yeah, qualifiers are great.
Yeah.
Played Jeff in that, and I
Oh,
did
you
him.
did?
Yeah, I did, because we're both from San Diego.
I see.
Did him dirty in a game of Splendor. Insane top deck.
Noticing a trend here.
A little bit of a trend, yeah.
Okay.
I guess I already used up all my good luck, which is why things didn't quite pan out for me, but
Must
yeah.
be. And lastly, PJ, how did you get into modern board gaming?
Yeah, so the answer to that is probably YouTube. So back in high school, I was like a fairly like lonely kid. Had a hard time fitting in, as I'm sure a lot of people probably do.
Yeah.
If you like board games, social skills are often not your strong suit, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So I was kind of looking for something to like kind of make me fit in with like my friends and stuff, right? And I remember watching this YouTube channel, Freddie W and like Node, Corridor, those guys.
I watched so many of their videos. I love them.
Yeah, I remember they did a vlog basically where they took a weekend, they went out to Big Bear, I think, and they had this whole vlog, and they were playing board games during the time. And one of the videos was them playing like the Resistance Avalon, which that game is really what got me into modern board gaming. Resistance Avalon is a social deduction game where you are either Knights of King Arthur or you are evil servants of Mordred, and the knights have to figure out who the good guys are and go on missions. And the bad guys gotta lie, seem like they're good, secretly sabotaging the whole time.
So it's like a Mafia game.
Yeah, it's exactly like Mafia, yeah. So I watched them play that and I was like, this seems really fun. Went out, bought a copy of it immediately, brought it to lunch at high school like all the time. My first copy of it literally torn to shreds because it would just go in my backpack and the box would just wear and tear over time. I probably played that game, I would say, at least 100 times, like with my friends. Super fun. That's really what got me into it. And then it was Will Wheaton's tabletop series where...
Oh my gosh, I watched all of that too.
Yeah, that is also like what furthered it. I was like, because before those videos, I was like, oh, board games is just like Monopoly and Scrabble, like who cares, right? But I didn't know like how much like there was to board games until like watching that series.
Same here.
Yeah, most of my first board games were direct purchases from his tabletop series, like King of Tokyo, like Sura.
That just shows how important YouTube is in terms of bringing in new people to the hobby, right?
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to YouTube channels.
Yeah.
PJ's got a YouTube channel of his own.
Yeah, probably in the next month or so, you can expect some in-depth videos about Earth 2.
Ooh, nice.
I'll probably do one that's just general strategy, and then maybe I've thought about doing a tier list for Earth, for the cards. There are like 200 or 300 cards in Earth.
Oh, that would take a long time.
It would take a long time.
That'd be a big effort.
It'd be a big effort. I have it set up, actually.
You have it set up?
I did hold off on the video before the year, because one, need to make sure I was actually as good at Earth as I thought I was.
Yeah, fair.
And two, I want to give myself one good shot at the ring before I share my secrets with the world.
That is totally understandable.
Yeah.
Well, PJ, thanks so much for the interview and sharing your awesome stories and thoughts. Wish you the best of luck next year.
Thank you. I really need it. I think if that's one thing this year has taught me, when everyone is really good, you gotta have Lady Luck on your side, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. I've got more WSBG videos in the works, including interviews with other ring winners, so stay tuned for those. Until next time, may you get the most victory points.